I turn myself around from the board and look over here, and I'm staring at the North Mississippi Allstars, basically, right?
Hey.
Luther Dickinson, Cody Dickinson, and
Dominic Davis.
Dominic Davis. How's it going, guys?
Great, man.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Beautiful day today.
It is a beautiful day, right?
Man, yeah, and this is a beautiful neighborhood, too. Just driving in, it was a joy.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, welcome. Have you guys, I was trying to think, have you guys been in San Antonio before as a band? Have you guys played here?
I remember walking around down by the Alamo, and so I know I've been here. It's been a minute.
But it's been a while, right?
Yeah.
I can't really recall. Where is home for you guys right now?
I live in South Haven, Mississippi, which is it's just right south of Memphis, kind of where I grew up.
I moved back up to Tennessee and live in Nashville.
Oh, you live in Nashville now. Well, welcome to KSYM in San Antonio. I know you guys just put out a brand new record. It's called Prayer for Peace. And obviously supporting that with your new tour. You all just finished up with, and I'll just start out say, you guys playing tonight over at Sam's Burger Joint. Looks like doors at 7, band starts at 8. Peterson Brothers, I do believe, is opening for you guys.
I'm so excited to see those guys again.
It'll be very, very cool. You guys just spent 3 nights in Austin.
Oh, it's great.
3 nights
Right.
at Antone's was really inspirational.
Yeah, I had tickets for Saturday night, and I couldn't go, and I gave them away. And I had tickets for last night, I didn't go, or Friday night, I didn't go. And so it's kind of funny, like now you all are here, but I got a text from somebody.
Inescapable.
I know, right? I just can't get away
The
from you guys.
ubiquitous North Mississippi Allstars.
I know, right? So it was funny. So I gave a pair of tickets to somebody I'd never seen you guys before. Didn't really know much about you. And so I text him. It's about 1 o'clock, and I go, "So, how'd you like the band?" All I got back was all caps, "Killed it!" Exclamation points, right? So that was pretty good. Yeah.
Hey, well, thanks for spreading the word, man. That's what it's all about.
So you guys had fun up there?
Oh, yeah.
This is the first part, right? This is the brand new. That was like day 1 of the tour, right?
Yeah, well, we actually started the tour last month, but the record came out
Oh,
Friday.
I gotcha.
So
Okay. I gotcha.
we consummated.
Record release week.
This is a record release week,
Sweet, man.
How long has this record been in the making?
Many years, a couple of years. But really last year was when we really went in. It was our 20th anniversary, and we finished it in honor of that. But we made the record on the road, so it wasn't like a consolidated period of time we worked. We worked a day in Memphis, worked the afternoon in New Orleans, worked the afternoon in Brooklyn, and the such.
So the inspiration, like the Prayer for Peace, I didn't know if that was inspired by recent events or anything, or did it start off with the song and then the record followed, or did the tone of the record start and then the song followed?
The song's about 1.5 years old. Woke up one morning and I was thinking about Buddy Guy, and I tried to write a song from his perspective. It just came real easy that day, and I'd been saying that our music was a prayer for peace at our concerts for the last couple of years. So, but it was an older song, and you know how songs are. They change meanings and sadly stay more pertinent than ever.
Than ever. And again, you guys are appearing tonight over at Sam's Burger Joint. We've got a lot of gear set up here. You want to play a song?
Let's do it. We'll do an old R.L. Burnside song called Miss
nice.
Maybelle.
Nice.
Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Drink muddy water, sleeping low, hot low long with Maybelle. Let me be your hopping frog. Whoa, drink muddy water, sleep in a hollow log. Whoa, 22 puppies and 12 low shaggy hounds. Take them 22 dogs, run Miss Maybelle down, Miss Maybelle. Let me be your hopping frog. Yeah. Drink muddy water, sleep in a hollow log. walking on down the street. Got to slide slow meet and now one victory. Miss Maybe walking on down the street. Oh, Miss Maybe walking on down the street. Well, I got 20 puppies and 12 low shaggy hounds. Take them 22 dogs run Miss Maybell down. Miss Maybell, let me be your hopping frog.
All right.
That is so much fun.
That is fun. I mean, I'm basically moving here. You know, that's cool. Really great stuff. A brand new song right off the brand new
killed
CD,
it.
Prayer for Peace. You killed it. You guys killed it, right? Yeah. You're having fun, right? So, brand new tour, pretty much a brand new tour right off the record release. High energy. Last time I saw you guys was in, we were talking earlier, I saw y'all in Denver a couple years ago. I think it might have even been the last show on the World Boogie, or one of the last shows. And y'all played like a long time.
We've been known to lay it down.
Yeah, it was a long, I mean, you know,
the
I was
working man
tired.
blues.
I was tired, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I
Yeah.
like to go 2.5, 3 hours.
That's that blue collar set length.
It was the blue guy.
I mean, some bands take a set, you know, usually you do 70, take a 30, and do 90. That's normal.
Yeah.
But we don't really like taking that long of a set break.
No.
We've been taking a encore break, doing a longer encore.
Doing a longer encore.
But it's good to get down, man. That's what it's all about.
Well, it's good for people tonight, though. They can plan for a long encore that way. See, they can just, you know,
Exactly.
kind of like get ready for that. You mentioned earlier this record was recorded in several locations. Was there a reason for that, or?
well, we were on the road.
Oh, you were doing it on the road as you went.
Yeah. Like we'd have an
Oh.
afternoon, so we'd book our friend O'Teal flew up. He was coming from Georgia to Denver, and we had O'Teal just fly up to New York for the afternoon, and that's when the Prayer for Peace title track is just an improvised jam.
Oh, I got you. Because it was kind of it was interesting. I was looking at the record. I'm like, wow. I mean, they've recorded like every song almost in a different place, right? Which is a little unusual. Didn't really.
Yeah. I think I mixed.
Here, you pull that mic up. There you go.
Sure, yeah.
There you go.
I think I mixed Deep Ellum Blues in my kitchen on my laptop, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Gotta do it wherever you get it, you know what I mean?
I know. I know you did. I know there's several locations, and you wound up with one. I guess at Zebra Ranch, right?
The old home spot.
Right. And what's your process? I mean, you guys do a lot of covers. You know, you've
Well,
covered,
we like, we
covered-
grew up with our dad, Jim Dickinson. He was a song collector from Memphis. And so his repertoire and his friends' repertoire means a lot to us. But also growing up around North Mississippi Hill Country, the repertoire that we learned from Arl Burnside, Junior Kimbrough, Fred McDowell, Othar Turner, that's our community's, oral history. And it's funny because, like, growing up playing in Mississippi, like, every family would play different versions of the same songs because that's just what you had to play. If you played the
Right.
picnic, you had to play a version of All Night Long or Pro Blackmatic.
That's funny. Like earlier this week, it's interesting you say this. Earlier this week, I had a group in here who's involved with theater. And they're a family band, right? And you guys basically are a family band.
Hardly
right?
can play, boys.
And it was interesting to talk to them about family history and how that works out with children and perhaps maybe even grandchildren and all that. So you guys have just like been embedded in this since. I mean, I know y'all have been recording since you were teenagers.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I started quite young. Now I'm 41 now, and I realized that it's like I've been doing it for over 25 years, but it feels like a really long time because I started so young.
Yeah, was it ever like? I mean, I don't know. I mean, never met your father. He looks like rather imposing. Was there ever a time when you're like, I just want to play soccer, and it was just like, no way, or is it like, you know what I mean?
Really good.
No,
question.
there was not. I always knew I wanted to play music, but what it was like, no, turn the tuning box off, or no, I don't want to You know, like we had production and aesthetical discussions and debates. You know, it wasn't like we rebelled by doing other things because we always wanted to play music, but we definitely rebelled in the studio.
In the music, yeah.
In the music,
the heated
so-
stuff happened over music. You know what I mean?
Like y'all were trying to we want to play whatever.
In terms of
you're a
rebelling,
teenager. You're a teenager, right?
Yeah.
So what was the music that you rebelled with at that time?
Well, man, this is good stuff, man. So that was sort of a catch-22 for me because I was in a blues band, you know, and a tradition is important. You know what I mean? It's like the older I get, the more I realize that stuff matters, and you know, you want to preserve the integrity of the music and the folk tradition Luther was talking about with the songs and it's family music, you know. So that's important, but at the same time, you know, I'm listening to whatever at the time, you know, Rage Against the Machine and 311, you know, like those are the drummers I'm studying and such. Right. So that would get infused into our music, which is kind of what makes the hybrid interesting and exciting, you know. So it's a balance.
You know, talking to you guys is I was talking to people actually last night, and they're like, North Mississippi Allstars. I'm like, well, how do you explain y'all? I've been thinking this through my head because, all right, you're a blues band. No, you're not. You're a rock and roll band. No, you're not. You put out a record called Folk Singers, right? You're a folk singer, right?
Yeah, I'm a folkie at heart.
You're a folkie, right?
Psychedelic.
You're a little this, right? And so I was looking this morning online. I was like, how am I going to put this to y'all? And really what defines your sound to me, right, is this whole, like, the classic drum and fife tradition.
Yeah, fife and drum,
right?
From Mississippi.
You know, like, and I know Sade Thomas plays on this record.
That's right.
But it's sort of like that, sort of is like embedded in most of the stuff that you guys have done as a band.
Totally. Well, I was in marching band. Well, I was in marching band as a kid, and that style of drumming has a big influence on my approach anyway. It's very kind of rudimentary based, and the fife and drum stuff just sort of fit perfectly in that. And it is totally, absolutely a huge part of the sort of the rhythmical mantra, the core of this band, you know, is
hill country, Mississippi hill country blues. It takes the harmony out. It's all rhythm and melody. You know, I was listening to Mance Lipscomb and Lightning Hopkins today, and, you know, they're playing through the changes. They have bridges. You know, it's elaborate chords in comparison. But like R.L. Burnside or Fred McDowell or we would take a song with chord changes and just hold the one against it, which makes it sound more primitive but yet more modern too, and open to modern interpretation.
We went through this insane border crossing coming into the U.S. from Canada, Detroit, and the Border Patrol asked our tour manager Benjamin. He's like, "So what kind of music are you know?" They're asking us all a million questions. He's like, "Southern rock, something," and I was like, after the whole experience, you know, the one thing I took from it was like, "You really think we play Southern rock, man?"
No. I know, and you guys are ambassador. You know, I was going to roll this to after the break, but you know, you guys actually are, like, to some degree, like Southern ambassadors. I would say that because, like, you know, I grew up in the South. I grew up in like Florida, Virginia, Georgia areas, right? And we all know the South has a certain reputation that's well deserved, and we also know that the South has a reputation that's so beautiful and full of loving and giving and those kinds of things, right? And so you guys, your tone of your music kind of reflects that.
Thank you.
A bit. I mean, it does. I mean, not a bit. I mean, it actually does, right? There's a joy in your music, not a, you know, there's a...
Excellent.
You know, I was gonna ask you about this. Like, who's Billy Wayne Davis?
He's a friend of mine. He's a comedian from Centerville, Tennessee, that I became friends with in the last year. And he's a very smart Southerner who doesn't live in the South anymore. But he's got a really heavy accent and a really acute perspective on the South.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm pulling out the cover, I'm reading that, and I'm like, okay, so I Google the dude, right? I'm like, well, is this really the guy? Like this comedian, right? Because all these YouTube things pop up.
It's nice to have liner notes.
You mind if I read this right now?
No, please.
All right. It says, in the inside of your all's jacket right here, it says, check your pistols and prejudice at the door. Look into each other's eyes and let that Mississippi soul lead you into her bedroom. Then hold on, she'll rock out the hate and make you shake. Billy Wayne Davis.
Rock out the hate and make you shake.
Right?
I like that.
Right? Isn't that good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're not Southern rockers. You know, there's none of that mess, right?
What is Southern rock? We are Southern rock.
We are Southern rock.
What is blues? We are blues, but we're rock and roll too.
I know.
You know, in this day and age.
I'm an eternal optimist.
I like it. I guess I'll ask you both about it. I guess there's a new autobiography about your dad.
Yeah.
right? A book that was just released, right?
Yeah, it's called "I'm Just Dead, I'm Not Gone."
I'm Just Dead, I'm Not Gone, right? And there's a record with that title, right? Isn't there a CD or something like that?
There's a companion piece live record with Cody and I, and our.
So did y'all contribute to that? Or I know it's called an autobiography. Did he write it? Like, how did
he scratched it out by hand.
But it's just now out, right?
Yeah, it took forever to finish. We had to edit it. He scratched it out by hand. Also compiling writings of his own from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So he would put pieces together and fill in the blanks and then write new pieces. And he was kind of racing the clock, I think. But it's a really great rock and roll story. It really captures this wild spirit of that generation, the pre-TV generation of Dylan, Robert Hunter, Dad, the Beatniks, pre-hippies,
Oh, yeah. If anybody wants a nice little Google trip, just Google your dad. There's
it's funny.
That is something. And then, and I know you guys got to roll. We're going to play another song here, but I have to ask you about your dad and you guys contributed to the Larry Brown tribute.
Yeah. Larry Brown was a great friend. He wrote the liner notes to our first record.
Did he really?
But no, he was a wonderful Mississippi writer. And he passed away way too young. But Larry Brown's great books. I love his nonfiction stuff. It's really, really fabulous.
Yeah. So how did you guys? You guys just knew him, or like? I know it's a small area. I mean, I've been up there to Clarksdale and all that little area. I mean, it's sort of like, there's just like greenery and then a few people, right?
I have a funny Larry Brown story. I was hanging out in Oxford, Mississippi, and it was George McConnell who went on to play guitar with Panic, and Bobby Whitlock, myself, and Larry Brown, and we were back in George's guitar shop hanging out, and Bobby Whitlock was looking at Larry, just being like, "Do you know who you're with? These are legends, man. These are legends. Do you know what you're doing right now?" He was just like going off, man. And of course, Bobby Whitlock is a legend, so I couldn't really. But it was incredibly awkward and exciting, man. But that was in Oxford, and that's just kind of like a little microcosm of what it's like.
Very nice.
It really freaks.
Very nice. Did you guys choose to be part of that project, or how did that come about?
We were friends, and we hung out together, and we used to write letters back and forth, and he was just around. We grew up playing in Oxford at Proud Larry's, and Larry Brown was around, and we loved his books. I love his books.
He used to always talk about he wouldn't use computers. He used word processors. It's weird. I have a lot of Larry Brown memories just because he was around.
Nice. When we get done here, I'll tell you a story that Caroline Herring told me about that whole little process. But,
okay.
And then I guess your dad contributed a song, which is just a lovely song, "I'll Remember You."
Yeah.
On that record with a guy named Duff DeRoe.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how you wound up with a name like Duff, but that's pretty cool too.
He was a Mississippi legend, yeah.
Really? Yeah. No, that's really cool. Well, again, I'll let you guys roll out of here. North Mississippi Allstars again over at Sam's Burger Joint tonight. Doors at 7. Peterson Brothers start at 8. If you haven't seen this band, just you can just trust me on this. We're going to play something off of the brand new CD, Prayer for Peace, right?
Yeah.
Need to Be Free. You want to talk about this song?
Yeah, let's do it. This is a song, like I said, it was all pre-election. This is a song I wrote this in response to some of the really harsh state legislation that Mississippi and some other states were indulging in. It really angered me. And so that's what this song's about.
Again, ambassadors from the South, man. All right. Thank you guys so much for stopping by here this afternoon. It was a pleasure.
Thanks for having us,
Thank
Joe.
you.
It was fun.